Snack attack! I should start putting out dad jokes. This is pretty corny, I know. But hey, everybody, it's snack attack, the science behind snacking. I've talked about conditional, but there's hormonal. So it's the hormones and habits that give us the snack attacks. Hey, everybody, my name is Ashlyn. I am doing a metabolic reset. I'm doing 60 days to reset my metabolism. By clean living, I got a base plan, hydration. I'm avoiding complex carbohydrates and sugars. I'm also avoiding, I'm eating lean proteins, getting my carbohydrates from fruits and vegetables, staying away from high glycemic ones, and staying away from, staying away from vegetables that are starchy. Hey, everybody, so today's going good. I'm going to give you a quick update here. It's day 25 for me, and I'm 18.5 pounds down, which is exciting. I'm also using energy, how I'm feeling, mood, all those types of things. And everything's great. Energy's good. I felt good all the whole time doing this. At no point am I starving myself. Starvation doesn't work. Hydration's been an issue for me. I've talked about that in the past. But making these videos, this is real time. So every day I'm giving it good, the bad, the ugly, and sometimes a little bit of science, which is what we got today. So, if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're hanging along, if you're doing this with me, thank you as well. I'm glad you're here. That's the other reason I'm doing this, not just to hold myself accountable, but so if someone's doing this with me, y'all can join with me. So here we go. The science of snacking. Okay, well, what do I mean by that? Well, I've talked before in the past about me being habitual. Right, so I have turned myself into a habit, late night, open a refrigerator, open a pantry, and snack. Not even hungry, but I'm doing it. And that's my dog yelling at me. She'll go away. Of course. All right, let me stop for 1 second. Hey, it's me, Dangling. Come here. Well, here's the star of the show. It's Bella. I think she heard me and got scared. So I'm just me, honey. All right. So let me rewind. So we're getting back to the science of snacking, right? So got to get back to my spot. Okay, here we go. All right. So I went through my days. My cortisol, Bella. Dog's life. Told you this is real life, guys. Here we go. Okay, I do got a chicken scratch, and I'll show it to you. You can't even read it. I don't even know why I'm looking down. Okay, here's the big thing when it comes around stacking. I'm going to start with a hormone that many of us all are aware of. It's something called cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone, fight or flight, right? So we have things in our life, physical, emotional, chemical. Those stresses kick in cortisol. Now, here's what happens with cortisol. When cortisol rises, we are looking to bring that down. So the opposite one, you might have heard of dopamine or serotonin, right? So to help kind of like regulate that. Now, what happens was when cortisol spikes, we get cravings for sugar, for fat, or just to plain old eat, to do something. And what we're doing is just changing our state, changing our mood. All right, so those go up, and then we get cortisol, or excuse me, we get dopamine, and we get serotonin to kick in. Now, this is comfort, rest, relaxation, things feel good. Comfort. You guys heard of people saying, oh, this is a comfort food, right? Well, it's no coincidence we call those things comfort foods. So when we're young, what do we learn as a very young child? We learn that we can manipulate and control our hormones when we get stressed out. We get scared, we get frightened, we get yelled at, we get in trouble. It's a new environment. What do we get as a reward? If you're good, we'll go get what? Something, candy, ice cream, a treat, or something that they love. So now it's a reward. We're conditioned ourselves for pleasure. And what do? Celebrations. What do we do at celebrations? We eat. What do we do when we need consoling? We eat. My children and I listen to a radio station on the way to school. Don't even listen to music. We turn the music off. We just think the DJs are comical. They did a whole segment about what's your best breakup food. And chocolate, ice cream, all those things. And I was looking at the girls. I'm like, guys, what they're doing is they're conditioning themselves for this hormone pathway. As soon as the stress hormone kicks in, your body is conditioned to find a way to bring it down. And what do we use? Food. So what does that have to do with me in the middle of the night snacking? Well, I'm bored. I need to change my state. Oftentimes at night, I'm winding down. What am I thinking? I'm not active right now. So I'm starting to think about what happened today. Maybe might be reliving some of those things. What happened, what's going to happen tomorrow, what I got coming up over the weekend, some stresses that I might have with the kids fighting with each other. So there's a lot going on at the end of the day. In fact, that's one of the things I want to talk about is like, okay, well, how do we break that? We've conditioned ourselves. We got ourselves to the point where like, we get stressed, we want to eat. Stress, eat, right? Well, how do we break that? Well, we got to break that pattern or break that habit. So some quick, easy ways and some things that I'm going to work on implementing. I don't know if I'm going to do all of these, but I'm going to give you some good tips. So number one, fresh air. This works so awesome. A lot of times when the kids are, a little, I have 3 young children, and sometimes they get along great. And if you're a parent, sometimes they don't. And there are sometimes we're like, that's it. Get your shoes on. We're going outside. And we just go for a walk. And as soon as we get out in the fresh air, we get in a different state. We start walking a little bit. Guess what happens? They start getting along. Mood changes. The tears go away. They're laughing. They're giggling. Now they want to go climb and run and do things. A total change in those stress hormones. That works well, which brings up the next segue is movement or exercise. So a quick way, if you don't want to throw shoes on and go for a walk, even if you just went outside and took some deep breaths, but a quick way would be movement, exercise. So try some jumping jacks. Try a few squats. 1, the physical fitness would be good for us. And 2, you might just find out, I actually feel a little bit different. I feel better. Okay, I don't need to see my conditioned response inside of the fridge or the pantry. So that's all right. And then there's another one, I've heard this before. I haven't done this, is like, hey, splash some cold water. That quick jolt, that quick excitement, it kind of breaks your habit, it breaks your state, and it changes your mood. I don't know if I'm going to go quite like that, but I could do the sink and go shh. Okay, so what do we got? So we've talked about fresh air, we talked a little bit of exercise, we talked about movement, right? Breaking that state. Breathing. I said go out on the porch and breathe. A lot of people would do really great is just controlled breathing. So what I'm doing there is I'm activating my vagus nerve when I do that, which is the master nerve, which controls all kinds of things and helps regulate hormones. So when cortisol is out of control, breathing will help as well. You want to knock all 3 out, go outside on the porch, do some deep breathing, do a few jumping jacks, back to deep breathing, and see where you are. So I know there's plenty of other things out there that you can work on to break your state. But what I bring to you today is that sometimes that snack attack is not about willpower. It's not about you being weak or anything along those lines. Sometimes you're literally fighting your biochemistry. And you're also fighting conditioning. We've been trained from a very young age that, hey, I feel this way, I eat this, I feel comfort, I feel better, I feel calm and relaxed. Whew. It's a vicious circle. See where I'm going there? So what I want to do is try these pattern breaks, these pattern interrupts to help you kind of recondition yourself or relearn your habits with food. So there it is, guys. That is my report for today. I brought you a little bit of science. Tomorrow I'm going to bring you, I don't know what I'm going to bring you. I'll see where I'm at on the scale and see how I'm feeling. And if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. If I got more science, I'll bring that. Until then, make it a great day.